Hi, I'm Tasha Gladman from Flintlock. We are going to be doing a masterclass called Get Sparked, Brand Strategies for Food and Drinks Brands. And that's on Wednesday, the 8th of September from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we hope you can join us. Ultimately, is it drives huge value for the owners of those brands. So let's not forget that brands fundamentally are commercial in that they are making money for somebody. That said, they also drive huge value for the consumer or the customer, or ultimately you, in that they are imbued with values. They create feelings in yourself, and they create feelings in how others see you with those brands. So the interaction of humans with brands is enormous, and it's the values they represent, very ethical values, for instance, or the values they represent and mean to you, and how that comes through. It will be highly interactive, so it won't be us talking at you for 3 hours. There are a number of exercises. We're going to start with the relatively simple question of what is a brand, which might seem simple, but is much more complex, and really get into what a brand is for you, what a brand means, how a brand works. And we've got a number of case studies and examples to bring that to life, which should be good fun. And I think we'll have a bit of a giggle. And then we're going to actually talk about the process we use, which we call our Spark process, of how you actually really start to create a very powerful and strong brand. And that will look at starting with, how do you actually differentiate? How is your brand different to other brands, and what makes that work? And through all of that process of looking at the differentiation, then allowing us to work out what the ambition is and the vision is, and ultimately the essence. How do you sum a brand up in a nutshell? And then really working through what the brand pillars are. We're going to use a really great case study that Nick and I both worked on, which is Co-op Food. The reason we've chosen Co-op Food is because it's a food retailer. Everybody knows something about food retail because we all shop, we all eat food to survive. So we thought that would be a great one to work on, because you'll all naturally know about other food retail brands. And we're going to work through that case study with you guys inputting and us then showing what we did at each stage to create a really engaging process, and to ultimately give you the tools to then go away and do that on your own brand yourselves at a later date. They're very clear on what they stand for, who they are, and ultimately why they exist. They've got very clear purposes, and they're able to articulate that really clearly, and everybody knows what that is. So that's really important. And then they normally have a very differentiated positioning. So they stand for something, and those internally and the customers and the suppliers all know that. And then they are very consistent. So brand consistency is another key thing, knowing what you stand for and then sticking with that, through the high and low waters, and being really clear. And that is what ultimately drives a very strong brand and business over time.